Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. There's a very disturbing video making its round on social media with a group of men in a room with one young lady, scholars of course. She is laying on her back. One little boy is on top of her, and apparently the other people that was taking it by force was saying to him, "You get ready." And the girl was saying, "Stop now, stop now, stop now." Now, people, I don't know the circumstance that led to that, how it got to that part. But what I do know, it is very disturbing as a father of a girl, to even sit down and watch such a video, in which this girl is pretty much being gang jump over the fence. There's a saying that goes something like this: no means no, no means stop. So even if she volunteered at first, the fact that she signaled no means that you are supposed to stop. What's very disturbing on top of everything about this video is that there were at least 5 to 7 other youths in this video. And apparently the 5 to 7 youths had already had sex with this little young picnic. But this man decided that he want more. This youth being the shortest of the group. As soon as this girl started to say, "Stop no, stop no, stop no," he was not having it. And of course, his friends were not stopping him. They were not encouraging him. They said, "You got ready," but it was all one big joke. As soon as she said stop and was resisting, he then started to claat her up, box her up in her face. Of course, she was putting up resistance. She started to retaliate and fling back liquor, fling back box. And that is when this youth got irate and started there some Mike Tyson, uppercut, lower cut, every kind of cut, the whole catalog. Now, when I saw this, I said to myself, then hold on a minute. In a 2024, and people remember back in the days, them used to have a thing named battery. But sometimes, and I am not going to justify it, it is always wrong whenever a bunch of youths, whether they are in the same age group or not, try for gang take some sex from a little girl, it is still RAPE. So I said to myself, now hold on a minute. This is the problem that exists in Jamaica, where these criminal elements feel as if they are entitled. They are entitled to rob you for your stuff. And if you put up resistance, then them take you out more than likely. They are entitled to take your life once they are being paid or once there's some sort of disagreement with you. The course of action is always to use some sort of violence. They feel entitled as if this young girl owes them something. Now, people, like me say, I don't know the circumstance that led this one lady, young lady, to be in a room with 7 other youths. Something just is not right. Don't know if she's kind of slow in the membrane. Don't know if she has some sorts of mental disability. Don't know if this lady went through some traumatic episode in her life where she was pretty much touched up by some sort of family member or either a friend, either somebody that she should have trusted or should have looked out for her as a child. Don't know if it's what she saw in the home that led her to the actions that we saw in the video. Like me say, me don't know the circumstance. What I do know sometimes is that some of these youths grew up in a proper environment, no source of dysfunctionality in the house, but them just fast. They want to grow up too soon, and then them get loose. They become losers. What is important is that you raise your child in the right set of environment. That means you as a parent know to do the right thing, as in getting some sorts of education. If your brain power not up there like that, then you get some sorts of trades. It will least likely put your child in that environment if you have structure in your life. So therefore, I say this to say that A worthless environment will more than likely bring out some sorts of worthless picnic. It is not 100% proof, but it is a more likely possibility or probability. Now, when I saw this video, like I said, as a father of a girl, I said to myself, then hold on a minute. Me not care if she lose. Me not care how she get herself in that environment. At the end of the day, it is still labeled as taking it without force, holding her down under duress. I have told myself before that, listen, if anybody touch any of my picnic, boy or girl, I am willing to lose my life for it. I am willing to do time, whichever much time. So people, do the maths, read between the line. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And you know that this is YouTube, so therefore just keep it partially decent. Point blank and period.
What's the man? Ah, God. Come on, stick your blood.
So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called long run, short catch. If you live by the gun, you will surely die by said gun or other guns. Let's call it How the West Was Won, better yet the remix. How to Lose Your Life in the West, Westmoreland, Hanover, and the adjoining areas. There is a place where people go and lose their life on a rapid basis. This is a story. The video or the voices that you heard in the videos are of two individuals that lost their life at the hands of the guns and gunmen or even friendly fire. One of those persons' name is Kemar. They call him Ed. They call him Ramos. He is actually from, the Spanish town, St. Catherine area. He is from Featherbed Lane. He is said to be an ex-Klansman, because he is now X'd out. Based on the information, these two bodies were found in a house, blue to be specific. Kemar was sitting in a chair, his head rest back, looked like it was moved back by some sorts of gunshots. The next one was laying on the ground. He was also a BLOODY mess. Both of them gone. So the voice notes are the voices that you hear in the video that I cannot show because of YouTube's policy, are persons that came in, found the body, they are distressed, them are ball out like Dovey Magnum. However, too late was the call. So here's the history as it pertains to Kemar, Mr. Eds, or Mr. Ramos. He is a notorious gangster from the Klansman gang. He is from the Featherbed Lane. In 2009 or so, he was accused of taking away 3 persons, not 1, not 2, not, 3, a triple. He then left. He went to Westmoreland. He was hiding out. You know, people, though, this is Jamaica. Them know, say, out of sight is out of mind. You could pretty much take away somebody at the bottom of your lane and then hide at the top of the lane. He went to Westmoreland. However, he was back and forth in the place. It seems as if somebody got some sorts of intelligence as to where Mr. Ramos, Mr. Ed, Mr. Kemar was located, and they went and they relocated his marrow from out of his head. So people, like me say, the moral of the story is this: you can run, you can hide. It is called karma. Karma will always catch up to you. It does not have an expiration date. Fly high or fly low, your bat is going to be fly. If you keep flying people's bat, it is called payback. So I say that to say this: you hear all the people in the background a ball out like Dovey Magnum. Maybe these persons are his family members. Maybe these persons are the beneficiaries of his crime, his little sketalinas. So therefore, they are missing that meal ticket whenever he goes on any sorts of operation of thievery, smuggling, extortion, whatever it is, and he comes back and he makes them live. He helps them to pay their bills. What they are not considering, how many other mothers, fathers, family members, and friends were bawling out because of Ramos's deeds. So the moral of the story is this, and like the saying goes, the good that you do, it will follow you. The bad that you do, it will always haunt you. Karma is a bitch. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is an update about a high-profile case of a young youth. He was 20 years old at the time. His name is Matthew Hyde. He comes from a famous family. I think his father used to be in one of those shows, Royal Palm, don't quote me. Pretty much what he did, he had a girlfriend. He suspected the girlfriend of cheating in about February of 2023, like I said. He decided that he was going to lock her up in the dorm room. He was a student at University of the West Indies in Amona. He had locked her up for at least 3 days. He used a clothes iron to torture her, burn her up, and then he sent out nude pictures on social media. I guess he left and she got away and she called the police, called her family. He was arrested. He was charged for wounding with intent, the use of malicious communication, false imprisonment, amongst other stuff. He was supposed to go to sentencing a couple of days ago. However, that sentencing was delayed or postponed until the 9th of December 2024. Now, when this incident took place, most Jamaicans, including myself, I said to ourselves, then hold on a minute. This youth come from uptown, privileged youths, have everything to his access, decent family, structured home, no sorts of dysfunctionality. That is what most Jamaicans were saying. Well, people, it seems as if all that we thought was wrong. Because based on what his lawyer, Mr. Peterkin, is saying, yes, the father is famous, and yes, the father have a piece of food. But it seems as if when Matthew was a little youth, he was being abused by his mother, and that is when he went and lived with his father. As a matter of fact, the lawyer, Mr. Peterkin, even said that while he was about 15 or 16, him tried to take for himself, him tried to swallow all sorts of pills that is detrimental to his health. He had all sorts of depression. Him suffer from depression. That means that his head is not too good. Now remember, this youth was attending university. This youth was a second-year student in a biochemistry. That means that the boy kind of bright. You can't be flaky or flimsy in your head to study anything like that. So the lawyer is now trying to convince the court that yes, he might be stable there, but on other sides of his cranium, him kind of shaky. He suffers from depression. And that is probably what led, along with the fact that he was abused by his mother, had to go live with his father. People, like me say, at the end of the day, what is the justification? Because he thought that this girl was cheating. He imprisoned her for 3 days in his dorm. He used an iron and him burn her up all over her body, pan her ASS, pan her BREAS, all over her body, and then send out all sorts of nude picture on social media. Now the lawyer is saying that, yes, we understand that this was a very serious crime, and we understand that the victim is going to be traumatized. We are asking that he receive a sentence of maybe 3 to 4 years maximum, and also consider the time that he has been locked up for a year and almost a half. So pretty much them want him to do our next 1.5 to 2.5 years, and then he should go. There's also a lawsuit that is planned based on what the lawyer for the victim said. They are asking for X amount of money, and the family has agreed, specifically the father, to pay it or negotiate in some sorts of courts. Now, people, here's the thing that I've realized. Had this been somebody from Tivoli Garden and do that to somebody from Tivoli Garden or even worse, Cherry Garden, you know that this Oka would not be getting any sorts of 3 to 4 years. You know that they were going to send a strong message that, listen, if you feel like you can take the people, especially rich people, pitney, and abuse them, traumatize them, and then get away with a slap on the wrist, it is not going to happen. People, that is what his lawyer, Mr. Peterkin, is asking for. What do you think that he should get, especially after doing that to that beautiful lady, scare her up for life physically, mentally, and emotionally? And then sending out her pictures, nude pictures, all because of some sorts of bun. People like me say, it seems as if when you get bun, whether you are from uptown or downtown, it affects you tremendously. But as a man like myself, it is a part of the game. You have to just brush yourself off, pop your collar, and move on. Not take it to the furthest extent as much you did. So, people, let me know in the comment section, how much time do you think this youth should get? Do you think that the judge should take into consideration that this youth have some sorts of flaky mentality? He is not too stable. He was abused in the past. Him try to take for himself. Or do you think that the lawyer is just using excuses? Because all of us, most Jamaicans that I know, don't come from any sorts of structural family. Not to say I didn't, I am just saying most, speaking in general. How much time you think that he should get? Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.